Everybody, welcome. You're hanging out with Ben. This is the Hardcore Punk Project here on the X 92.5 FM in Kamloops. This has been my first interview in a while, and honestly, I'm quite excited for it. Today, we're checking out No More Moments and the release of Quarter Life Crisis, a 5-track EP that pulls no punches and leaves nothing on the table. Today, we have bassist Cory joining us today. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good, yourself? Thanks for having us on. I appreciate it. Well, we appreciate it.
Not so well. I'm kind of feeling a bit under the weather today.
Yeah, it's been going around a lot lately.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we get started on the EP along with a few other subjects?
For sure, yeah. Let's get going.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be part of this.
first song is Me and My Friends. I really liked it. That's all I can say. What's the song about?
Oh, I love playing that song. That's one of my favorite songs to play when we're playing live. That's a crazy good song. It's basically it's just about us four. So there's me, our guitarist JT, Brandon Darko, Carlin on drums, and Q. Basically what we've all been going through and what we do in our lives and how we're going to use moments to take over the world. So it's basically what the song's about four regular people just playing music and ready to take over the world with their music. And that's basically about what it is. It's about all having fun with your friends and doing this together. So a big part of it is just kind of with me and my friends, let's just say me and my family. So I think that's how we should put that together. But the song itself is so good. The message in the song is so well, and that's one of my absolute favorite songs to play. I think the title should be "My Friends and I," though.
Do you believe in luck and why?
I don't necessarily believe in luck, but maybe there's a small portion out there because a lot of people tend to say, "Oh, you're lucky to have this and have that," but it's not luck. It's about hard work and the hard work and dedication that you put yourselves into. There may be like a 10% of luck into it, but that's why I don't really pay into the luck things because you make your luck, and most times you're not lucky. You just put yourself in the right position, and you work hard. So when someone says I'm lucky to have this or have that, I say no. I actually worked hard to have this and have that. People say lucky because they don't see what goes on to get to that place of being in the place of luck. But in some instances, you can be at the right place at the right time. So I would say that's luck, but most of it's just from hard work.
All right. Do you believe in karma and why?
Superstitions, eh? Karma, in because I'm more of like a real how can I say it? Not logical, but more of a logical kind of sense of how I see the world. So when I hear things of luck and karma, in some instances I do believe in karma. Basically what you give is what you get back. So in terms of karma, if you're giving off negative energy and giving off negative vibes into negative people, then obviously you will get that back in return. So that's how I see karma. Is like you give off the energy, you get the energy back of what you get off. If you're doing bad things, then bad things are gonna happen to you. So it just makes sense. So in a way, yeah, I guess karma, believe in karma in that kind of sense.
All right. What have you learned about life from a kid?
Life as a kid?
Life from a kid.
I actually have two children. I have an 11-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Hmm.
I believe I've been here to be a father. So there's just so much that I've learned from my children. It's crazy. Like I could go on for hours and hours about this topic, but it's just to be naive and happy, and it's just they're unjudgmental. You either taught to from a young age to be you either taught hate or you're taught love. So it's all about how your upbringing you see things. But having an 11-year-old, my son Michael, and a 2-year-old Clifford. So me and my wife have been together for almost 15 years now. So we've been married about 7, which is great. But yeah, there's so much I could go on about children and whatnot. I believe my mission on this planet was to be a father. I absolutely love kids. They are the souls of the earth.
All right. What is your worst habit?
Smoking cigarettes. Yes, that is the worst. That's basically it. Well, bad habit for the body, but probably another habit is being very forgetful. So I often forget things a lot. So one time I had the vehicle keys, and I forgot where I put them down. So me and my wife spent about an hour looking everywhere for them. It turns out they're in my back pocket. So I'm not too proud to tell that story, but that's about it.
I'm kind of the same. I'm not very observant either.
Yes.
Okay, second song is Rat Tail. It kind of jump scared me at the beginning when it started off cleaner and then just blasts you. So thanks for that, I guess.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's another terrific one to play. We love playing that whole album. We love playing all those songs. It's just kind of brought us to a different level of music, and plus we were all there, and we were at the OCL studios, and we were there for a whole weekend just making these songs, that is a terrific one. I love that song.
All right. What's the song about?
One second. What is the song about? Well, all moment songs are just about, you know, love everyone, be happy with everyone, and that's what we could go get from that song there. It's just another song with high energy, and we just want people to move around, love each other, and have a great time.
All right.
Admittedly, I haven't looked at the lyrics for that song, so
Mhm. Okay, now on to another thing that I like, the weirdest category. Where is the weirdest place you've ever played live?
the weirdest, definitely along the lines of weirdest, but also like the one of the most sketchiest places was in Edmonton. We played right beside the Rexall Center or whatever, Rogers Place. I don't know what the hell they're. I'm not a big Edmonton Oilers fan. We played at this taco bar right beside it, and there was like um, there was a bunch of weird people around that area. I know there's like this shirtless dude just coming down the street yelling really weird stuff. And yeah, that's gotta be. I had to go outside for a cigarette, and I was smoking right beside the door. It was a very dangerous environment. Like, we're used to as First Nations, well, not we're used to kind of those environments, but that one was just kind of like it was like, okay, well, at least we know how to take care of ourselves here. But just coming from usually the music places we play are they're never in those kind of places. So that was kind of weird to see, and we've with a music venue and kind of one of the more dangerous spots. So that was actually quite fun though. But we're used to those kind of environments. So it's just kind of really peculiar to be in one of those environments, like with music, because we're never in those venues or all of these pretty cool places and spots. That one was the weirdest. It was like some random taco bar. I've never played there again after that. I don't even think they play shows there anymore. It was wild. It was a good one.
Understood. The weirdest places that you personally have ever been to.
The weirdest places I've ever been to. I haven't been to much places.
Neither have I.
The funnest place was my late brother Kai. He had his own house in Strathmore, so we used to call it like the shelter. So me and my brothers or my friends, we'd all go over there and just hang out and party for the weekend. Not the weirdest, but probably the most memorable stuff because a bunch of weird stuff has happened there. So it's a good spot. That's what we gotta say, Kai's shelter.
Okay, here's something a bit more unusual. What is the weirdest thing in your fridge right now?
Mm. I gotta think about that one. I haven't looked in there today. The weirdest thing in my fridge right now has to be I think there's you know what tripe is?
Not familiar with it.
So with as First Nations people, we get into I don't think it's just a First Nations thing. So they eat this thing called tripe, which is basically like the innards of a outers of a stomach or something like that. The tripe line. So it kind of has like a real rubbery texture and whatnot. So I'm not too sure how many people have actually ate that kind of stuff there, but it's kind of like a an indigenous delicacy.
That's
Yeah, have you
understood.
seen it? If you've seen the way it looks, it just kind of looks like something like really alien, and you're like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?"
Got it. How would you describe your band as a food?
Oh, um, definitely something very exotic. um, mm, maybe like a pina colada, but with whiskey.
Hmm.
something like that,
Interesting.
or like an Indian taco, or a First Nations taco. That's a real good Indian taco.
Hmm. Um, Next song is Problem Child. It was the first song that I listened to. It's also probably my favorite off the EP. I found it interesting how midway through the vocalist switched.
Yeah, we had Mark Russell from Citizen Rage, Beardcore, Above Ground Apparel. So
Oh, really?
he actually did some. He was on those vocals for that verse there in the second go around.
Oh, really? I interviewed him.
Yes, he's a very one of the. He's actually our manager for No More Moments, and he is a
Wow.
very genuine human being. I love that guy. We all love that guy. I think everyone loves that guy.
He sent me some stuff like a few patches and some a CD.
Yeah, he is the best. He's one of the best persons I know right now.
Mhm. What can you share about this one?
Problem Child's just about being a So we're all First Nations. We're all from a First Nation reserve on Siksika. So I believe
Mhm.
the message for Problem Child was just as First Nations people, we are kind of like pushed to the side. We're not really. It's just more of like a stand up song for us as First Nations people. Especially if you listen to the lyrics in there too. We're not all, we all have our vices, and we're all people perceive us like this, but we're just human beings as well. We struggle with a lot of different issues and topics that, not the regular, well, I wouldn't say regular, that a lot of other non-nation people deal with, but, the song's about that, we're human beings too, and we have struggles, and we want to be heard as people, and that's what the song is really about, empowering us as First Nations people and getting awareness to non-nation people. It's a
Hmm.
very very low. It's a very very good song though. That's one of my favorites to play as well. I love that song.
Hmm. All right. Urban versus rural living. Which lifestyle do you prefer and why?
I love rural living. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so where my parents stayed is like, we call it the hillbilly country, because there was like there's nothing out there. I didn't have internet till I was about like almost 18 out there or something like that. I think it was after I moved out they finally had internet. It was crazy, but yeah, city living is it sounds fun. We've actually stayed in the city a couple times, but just not for me. It's just too high pace. I'd rather just be out here, the plains, and having the plains and the peace and less noise, and especially, as we're not used to being around like a tons of people, which is ironic because we play in front of a show in front of like tons of people, but just being around people, it makes me anxious and whatnot, so it's kind of hard to communicate. But I absolutely love the country living. The country living is the best, 100%.
Got it. Um, you know, tough being a kid and teen and wanting to go to concerts, shows in Canada. I don't think there's personally enough all ages shows. I, I think bands should be able to start playing at schools, community centers, small arenas, and people can enjoy local bands. After COVID, of course. What are your thoughts?
Yes, that's always an initiative we had on the reserve here. So we've been putting up all ages shows. Well, Carl and the group here have been putting up all ages shows for years, just in our community center at the Arbor, at Power Arbor. So we used to have a ton of shows come through. There used to always be a ton of shows that came through on the reserve, just directed towards all ages kind of shows. For Calgary, that's kind of not. I would love to see all ages shows in Calgary, but it's just about having control and finding the venue. But we also put on a festival called Moments Fest. So we have like about 35. We we had about 35 bands the last one, so we put on a festival that is all ages. It's probably, I think, one of the only. I think maybe there's a couple other all ages festivals out there, but on the reserve here, we haven't had it, well, due to COVID for the past couple of years. But yeah, we put on a festival that promotes all ages shows as well. Well, it's an all ages festival, so that's also been an initiative with Moments as well, as becoming more family orientated, because most of us, all of most the members in the group besides Brandon have children in the show, so it'd be good to have our children out to watch us play. I had my 11-year-old come out to watch me play the show once. That was, I think, when he was 9. He didn't really give a shit about it. I was like, oh no, I'm not cool.
As a Canadian artist, do you think it's harder to have your music recognized internationally?
I think just being an artist in general, I truly believe that it doesn't matter where you're from. You're from could be from Canada or some weird country in Europe, or I wouldn't say weird, but some remote. You could be from some remote place. It's just all about the message that you give out as an artist. You know, it's just people see the genuineness in music. Like, you know, you could have all the right, like your music could be all the right things of what's happening now in the genre you want to have. You could have go like, you know, the pace that everyone else is going at, but you know that's not genuine. You know, you could have all the right promotions, all the right, you know, gear, photos, whatnot, promotion items, but what people stand out for is just being a genuine human being, and that your music is real. I think that's why people connect with No More Moments, because we're just some res kids from some reserve from middle nowhere that nobody's heard, and people love us. It's not because we are First Nations. It's not because, you know, the genre we play. It's just because we're genuine human beings, and that's what it's about. You could be from anywhere. Just make sure you're a genuine human being. Doesn't matter who you are, what race you are, or you know, just if your music is genuine and your heart and soul is into it, people will see that and they will appreciate that, and that's how you create a following.
All right. Fourth song is Sunday Morning. I paid attention to the lyrics. This is about alcoholism, isn't it?
That's something we've pretty much all struggled with our lives, you know,
Hmm.
as indigenous men or as indigenous peoples. It's basically something that's around us at all times. Well, not at all times necessarily, but it is something that we face and we struggle with on a daily basis. But we're all in the stage right now to where we're kind of just, you know, it's not as bad. We're not in the days to where we used to party all the time, but you know, it's something that we deal with as, you know, not just just as peoples of the world. So it's kind of reflective on how we deal with our struggles with alcoholism and whatnot. And
Mhm.
it's a really good song, and it's also appreciated that we can write about these things and not have to hide them behind closed doors. So that's another thing, is kind of just facing what we go through on a daily basis through our music, and it helps us. You know, most of us have been fairly we've been adaptive with our addictions. You know, a lot of us like to drink and party, but you know, we've all kind of grown out of it. And through this process with No More Moments has been the biggest step of probably helping us along the way. You know, our children, our music, this, everything all put together has been a positive influence on us, which is great to say because not a lot of people come out of those situations. A lot of them are stuck in it. And you know, I'm grateful that we have the opportunities and to surround ourselves with people to help us with these struggles.
Mhm. If you had 1 minute to address all the world leaders, what would you say?
Everyone love everyone. That's all I would say.
I've got some pretty mixed responses from that question.
Yes, everyone love everyone. That's all it is. Everyone just needs to start loving everyone and treating everyone equal. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. You know, as long as you're a good person with good intentions and not hurting everyone, you could be anything you want in the world and just everyone love everyone. Everyone, no matter who they are or who they choose to be.
Mhm.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. Have you ever come up with a bass part first, or like come up with some kind of progression or something, and then shown it to the other members for them to add on to that?
We've toyed with those kind of things. So I think as No More Moments evolves, we're gonna be going into something more into those lines of writing in those process. But so far the writing process has been just us getting together. We have some ideas, but we just kind of flow with a baseline. So we flow with well, just not, I mean, not like an actual bass line, but we go with like a bass line idea of a song, and then we just get into that. But yeah, there's been a couple times we've had a couple songs we start like that, or there's songs like in between the songs. There's like bass solo or lone kind of positions there, interludes. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully we will probably get more into that as we write our next album, which I'm not too sure when that's going to be.
All right.
Maybe very soon, but I cannot say at this time.
All right. Got it. Um, which out of these songs do you enjoy playing the most? This is probably going to be hard to say because I think you like all of them.
Well, my friends and I, well, me and my friends, that is my absolute favorite one to play. I love
All
that
right.
song.
All right. What is the strangest object you have fallen in love with? It can't be the bass.
Mm, I actually hate the bass.
What?
The strangest things I've fallen in love with was myself.
Hmm.
No, it's not that. It has to be a when I was growing up. So we lived out in the middle of nowhere. So you ever see like a piece of wood that's shaped as a stick?
Hmm.
So yeah, something like that. I used to have one of those for like a couple months, and I went into the river with it, and it flew away. So I was pretty sad about that.
Hmm. Okay. And the final song on the EP is My Evil Friends. Did you guys decide to be a black metal band now?
Oh my god, I absolutely don't. That is a funny story with that one.
I'm serious. This could have been Norwegian black metal in another universe.
Yes, I think originally we were toying around with having some with some synths in one of the songs. So we were playing around with that. Then we were just like, "Yo, let's just make a black metal song." So Q got into the booth, and then he started bringing out these like really. He started making those I don't know what to call them. They're just black metal vocals, and it was like, "Yo, that sounds pretty rank." So we just went with it. And we're like, yeah, we have to make a song like this. So we did, and it was great. That was one of the best moments when we were in the studio writing the songs. Was
Right.
coming out with that song. That was one of the best moments.
Right. Now, speaking of an alternate universe, if there is such a thing, what do you think your parallel self would be doing right now?
Um, Trying to get into this universe so we could listen to No More Moments and spread some love.
Hmm. All right. Now, what song off this EP would you suggest we try to use to contact an alien species with, like beam it into space or something like that?
Me and my friends or Problem Child.
All right.
Maybe both of them. It has to be both of them. I don't think you can just choose one.
Got it. Um, Lottery tickets. Do you ever buy them?
No, I don't buy the lottery tickets. My wife is the gambler. I am not.
All right. Now, speaking of lottery tickets, when we finish this interview, you step outside and you find a lottery ticket lying on the ground that ends up winning 10 million. What would you do with it?
10 million?
Hmm.
That's a good question. First of all, I'll pay off all my debts. Then I'd pay off all the debts of all the people I know's debts, and then I'd probably make one big ass concert or something, and it's about it. Use it to help other people out. But I'd probably like go on a vacation or something, obviously, and then whatever's rest, I'd help other people out that have helped me out along the way. So if you can't just be a random person, you have to be connected to me in some way.
All right. Now, this is a question that I ask every artist that I've interviewed. That's quite a few of them. Will you accept a challenge from me?
Sure.
Okay. The challenge is to record and upload to YouTube a song in your style called The Day My Fast Food Fought Back.
The day. Wait. I gotta write that down. The day what?
The Day My Fast Food Fought Back.
But the day my fast food fought back. Okay.
Mhm. I chose this one because Terry Queen has a personal connection with me.
So I have to write a song and then upload it to Facebook.
YouTube, anywhere.
Okay, sweet. Well, maybe we'll get moments to. Well, maybe we'll get the whole moments. We're jamming tomorrow, so maybe we'll write a quick song about this.
Alright. Now, one band has already uploaded this song about a chicken. They're a Celtic rock band from Toronto called Fear Run. You should check that out.
I'll check them out for reference. Fear Run, eh?
Yes, that's Fiuran.
Okay.
And they were the only band to accept my challenge. Everyone else just wasn't able to do it.
I think we will get. I think we'll get this tomorrow.
All right. Well, that's all the time I've got today. I've got to rest. Cory, thank you for hanging with me here on the Hardcore Punk Project. Stay safe and be well.
Thank you. Hey, thanks you for having us. We will for sure get that song on. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. check out Quarterlife Crisis. It's out now on Curse Blessing
Yes.
Records.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.